Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Archer and Olive channel. My name is Elizabeth. You might know me as The Joyful Sojourn on Instagram and YouTube. Today, we are going to be opening up the Rest and Renew box. I'll share with you the items inside and two different ways that I would use this box. But keep in mind, this is meant for self-care. So whatever works for you with this box, it's a-okay. So this is not a subscription box. This is not the same as the quarterly subscription. It is a once off purchase. There's been a self care box in the past. Think of the Valentine's Day box, the Halloween box. These are one off boxes that you can purchase that are seasonal or that have a central theme. When I first opened this box, you guys, I was so enamored. It is gorgeous. This deep peacock color, the lotus flowers everywhere. I was so excited to get into everything. And as you can see, just like every box that you purchase from Archer and Olive, the packet, ooh, sneak peek, the packaging is absolutely stunning. And because everything is individually packaged, you can decide what you want to keep and what you want to gift. Everything in this box is so pretty. They're all keepers in my book. And basically feels like I get to open up a bunch of little presents just for me. If you are familiar with Archer and Olive, you'll recognize this first box. It is decorative tapes, or what we commonly call washi tapes. Swatching them out now, the first tape has a diagonal pattern with gold foil. The second tape does not have gold foil on it, and it's lined lotus flowers. It is so pretty, and it's a great width for ripping up. Next, we have the peacock with gold lotus flowers. This last tape is really interesting, and I'm going to show you how to use it today. It has 4 different prompts on it, daily journaling prompts, and then the 5th box is just an open box that you can write in. So here I'm just swatching them out, and I'll pull it up closer so you guys can see what all of the tapes look like. The last washi tape is not perforated. You will need to cut it to get each of the separate boxes. This next item feels so luxurious in the hand. It is a pen. It's a metal pen with a hexagonal barrel, ivory color with gold accents, Archer and Olive on the clip, and this 0.7 millimeter tip does have that wax seal that you're going to want to remove. Here I'm swatching it in my swatch book with the washi tape, and I'll pull it up closer so you can see the color. But not only is the ink gold, but it actually is glittery as well. Looking up close, you can see it has more of a goldenrod color, and then as you turn it, you get those reflex. It's really, really lovely. Now, this wouldn't be a self-care set if there wasn't some sort of prompting for journaling, for a creative activity. And I have to say, in all honesty, I have seen a lot of journal prompt cards, and this is by far the best set I've ever seen. It's a gorgeous cardstock with the lotus flower on the back, but each card is unique with a prompt or a question for you to reflect on, and then a corresponding activity. Some of them require a little bit more of an effort, and some require just mindfulness, like sitting down and sipping your coffee slowly in the morning. I am taking my time to flip through each card so you can screenshot it to see what sorts of activities are included. And in the Plan With Me session of this video, I will be using one of these prompts to do an activity. I'm so excited to see that there is a stamp set in this box, and it includes the entire stamp set, an ink pad with corresponding design, and a block. Make sure you peel off that protective plastic, and I'm going to go ahead and actually stamp this out in my quick stamp method in my Archer and Olive swatch book. But here you can already see such a great mix of functional stamps, decorative stamps, and self-care themed stamps. Now, I recommend this method if you're a swatch book person and if you don't mind imperfect stamping. This is a B5 Archer and Olive notebook where I have all of my stamps and stencils. I ink the whole thing and I lay it flat on the page and get all of the stamps in one shot. Now, it is imperfect, but I do get a good sample or a taste of what the set includes. We are finishing off with the star of the show before getting into my 2 creative play moments, and that is the A5 journal included in this box. You guys, this has to be in my top 3 journals from Archer and Olive of all time. This is 192 pages, A5 size, white dot grid paper, beautiful gold debossing on the front, that lotus flower again on that peacock color. This is a vegan leather cover, and it feels scrumptious in the hands. I kid you not. This is a beautiful notebook. Inside cover, we have that gold foiling of the lotus flower, our 160 GSM dot grid paper, 2 ribbon bookmarks, one of them with that weighted charm of an ampersand, that signature ampersand from Archer and Olive. And then, of course, in the back, we have a pocket folder for whatever you might want to tuck inside and a pen loop, all enclosed with an elastic band. Absolutely gorgeous. Now that we know what's in the box, let me show you 2 different ways to use it. The first is going to be a daily planner spread with a reflection element. And then the second is going to be using one of the cards and completing an activity. I wanted to create a little journaling section in the bottom corner, so I laid down the lotus flowers first. Then I covered up part of this framed box and stamped it next to the lotus flower so it looks like the lotus flower is on top of the box. To make my daily planner spread more contemplative, I went ahead and grabbed one of the prompts from the washi tape, adding it inside the stamp box. This prompt says, describe a moment today when you felt fully present. I'm adding lines for a little bit of structure, and I will respond to that prompt at the end of the day. Getting into the functional elements of my daily planner, I had to use this rounded lotus flower stamp as a frame for what will be my date. Using the bullet list from the set, I'm going to do things a little bit differently and actually use it for hourly time blocking. So I'm just stamping this all the way down, and then I'll take my gold tipped pen and write the hours from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. down the line. I have to give myself a pat on the back for that idea because I make so many daily spreads with hourly time blocking, and I not once have used a bullet list stamp to actually create my schedule. So I absolutely love how perfect it looks, and everything is spaced because these bullet lists, the check mark boxes that you'll see in just a moment, they are all spaced perfectly for the dot grid spacing on the Archer and Olive notebooks. Moving forward, I added some washi tape in the upper left-hand corner. I'm stamping down my header, which is also from the stamp set that says checklist, and I'm using the check boxes for my checklist. This stamp set is so good because it has so many functional elements and decorative elements. I did grab a number from a different stamp set to stamp my day, and I'm using the gold inked pen to add a little bit of color to the lotus flowers. Absolutely lovely. This daily spread is perfect for me. I have my journaling prompt at the bottom. I have my kisses of lotus flower and gold, and it's functional for my plans for the day. Now I want to pivot into actually completing one of these mindfulness activities. I chose kind words. It says, write a kind, encouraging letter to yourself for a challenging day. What would you say to uplift and support yourself? The activity: after writing your letter, read it out loud to yourself. Notice how the words feel when you hear them, and keep the letter nearby for when you need it. Now, you don't have to do all of the things that I am doing right now just before I even start the letter, but because creative play and paper crafting is part of self-care for me, I thought I would take this to the next level in my journal. I'm creating a pocket in here where I'm going to put the letter. This is a great chance to use paper from the Kit Club because it's a lighter weight paper. Adding it to my journal won't add too much bulk. I simply glued the outer sides and the bottom, and then we have an opening up at the top. I'm laying some washi tape and a stamp that says mindful moment just to kind of create the tone for my little pocket that will hold my letter. And now the actual activity. It felt really good to write down what I know to be true about who I am when sometimes I forget. And reading it out loud and being able to go back and reflect on it is definitely something that I will do. I folded my letter, wrapped it in washi tape, and tucked it in the pocket. These cards are really great because you can use them over and over again. You could certainly glue the card down for the activity, but I like that I can put it back in the box and I can do it again later if I want to. To top things off, I stamped a word from my collection and I colored in the letters using the gel pen. And there you have it, friends. 2 ways to use the box: one in an actual daily planner spread with journaling element, and then one of the activities in the mindfulness prompt cards. If you have any questions about this box or about the spreads that I created today, please leave us a comment down below or send me a direct message over on Instagram at The Joyful Sojourn. And if you decide to pick anything up from Archer and Olive, my discount code is joyful10 at checkout. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you'll join us next time here on the Archer and Olive channel. Bye.